Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful day. Welcome back to my channel. I've been just pretty much busy doing a lot of stuff here, and I've been practicing and looking at some charts here recently, and I came across the 888 rundown. I don't know if anybody has used this before, the 888 rundown. I know it's pretty cool because it's kind of stupid how consistent it is. And I'm not just saying that it's a magic trick or anything like that, but when you pair up with the story system that I have here, it just makes sense. I mean, it clicks, it feels like you're not guessing, but it's really just narrowing it down to where the numbers are. So if you can just follow along, hopefully this will give you more insights if you guys are open to using the 888 rundown. So how it works is all these top bars here are all added by eights. So, but if you look at the chart, it's a very small chart. Okay, so this is the 888 rundown, which the six repeats. It all goes back down. So the main area that we're going to be focusing on is probably these two boxes. Okay, sometimes it might go into this box here, but the whole area of the numbers will come up around this area. Okay, so I have this box here. So we're going to be doing some little research on it and see if this could be beneficial for you. So let's look at some numbers here. So I've been looking at numbers here. I am in Arizona, so I have the Arizona pick three numbers here in front of me. So let's just be random. I don't want to go into like how people would say, "Oh, I did this research," but for me, I like to go off the fly. Choose a number and let's look at that as a deep research versus like somebody says, okay, this number came up here. They've already done a lot of stuff and they'll try to show you like different ways. But for me, I'm sometimes when I do research, I want to do it quickly. I want to do it quickly, effectively, and just make sure that the research that you're doing it works for you. Okay, so let's look at this. So let's go back into March. Let's choose a number here. Let's do March the 9th to the 10th. Okay, so the number is 209 to 281. Okay, so 209 to 281. So let's put that in. So 209. So this is my story system here. If anybody hasn't seen this yet, so this is 209. We'll go ahead and put it here. Okay, so how it works in the story system that I have is you put your number in here and it breaks it down for you. Single digits, what the type it is. If it's a double, it'll say double. If it's a triple, it'll say triple here. And the sum, the root sum of the number, and then it pairs it up for you. And then does the same thing for the mirror side on the right side. So the mirror of this number will be, so let me go and hit it. See automatic updates for you. And then the mirror numbers and then the flip numbers off of that. So it gives you the flip numbers off to the 209. Okay, so but that's the way that this one is set up. And then if I scroll down a little bit here, so let's go down, and it gives you all the combinations of the number. And this one says 92, but it should be 092, but it's set up as so that it can pull the main root sum of the root. I call it the secret root because it's all categorized in different boxes, okay, and different roots itself. So, but this is on this one it says that the best rundown to play off it is 649. And then the story behind the 209 number, it is a single number. Pairs is a 20, 29, and 09. So those are the three pairs, and the root is 7. And then the vibration balance and partnership is the pretty much the back number behind that. And it mirrors numbers is 754, flip is 532. And based on past data, the 649 rundown works very well with this number. Since it's a single with a strong pair energy, watch out for numbers like 209, 290. So it gives you like those several different breakdown on numbers. And then it gives you also the mirror number again. So that's just a breakdown on it. But it says the best number to use is 649 rundown, but we're not going to be using that at all. So we're going to be using the 888 rundown. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put that here. So we're going to put this in. So I'll put 209. Then I'll put the mirror on the right side and also on the left side. So I'll put 754. 754. Okay. So that is the run down here. So we'll go ahead and run that. See, everything else is now 8s. So this the way it works is 2 plus 0, or 2 plus 8 is 0, which is 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. 18 plus 8 again is 26. And then after that, 26 plus 8 again is 24 or 34. Then it repeats. Okay, so this box here is this box here. And then the mirror side of it is here, and the mirror side of it is here. Okay, so but this whole thing is literally the same. Okay, so but if you're not familiar with your flip numbers, mirror numbers, you can always look up on my page here. You should be able to find that information. Or if you are brand new to this channel, just go ahead and subscribe and like the channel as well, so that way you can get videos like this just for training purposes. Again, I don't guarantee any wins off of these unless but if really it's just educational purposes. Okay, so here it is. So I got this number, I just put it in here, so it pulls numbers from here to narrow it down to a single box for me. And again, this is the best number, 649 rundown, but we're going to be leveraging the 888 number. All right, so the number came up as 209, and the next day's number is 281. Okay, so that's the number that came up here. So let me go ahead and increase the size on this real quick. So that's what we're looking for, is 281. Okay, so the way I play this 888 chart is the three numbers, the main numbers itself. A lot of times this number here, the 20, anywhere in the chart, if you find the 20 again, the number 281 should be attached to it somehow. It's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the thing about this 888 chart is it's pretty interesting. So let's see. So it came up on the 10. So we're going to put a 0 here. And since there's no 0 here in this side, there's a 0 up here. So based off of this, so 20 is here. And let's take the 0 from this side and put it in this box. So that will be 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. So let's put this number, the 976, in this box. 421, 421. See, there it is. So now the 209 is on this side. 209 is on this side, but we're going to be leveraging this. So here is the 20. See, the 20 is here. So when the 20 comes up, this 9 is going to be the foundation of this middle column here. Always going to be somehow it narrows it down to the middle column somehow, right? So let's look at this. So the 0 is here, and the next day's number is 281. See, right here, 1, 2, 8, wrapped around the 0. Boom. And guess what? The foundation of the number came up is right there, right underneath the 1. Tell me how? I don't know. It's really tricky in a way with the 888s because you're not searching all over the place. But if you can find a section in your charts that you narrow down the main date, because the 10th is here, right? The 10th of this number, it came up on the 9th. But the date that we're looking at is the 10th. So when you pull up the 10th, I put the 10 here because the 0 was on this side, so I put it there. And then all I look for is this 20, where the 20 is at. And the 20 is right here. And then it's attached to that, and the number is there. Does that make sense? So it's really, at first when I was looking at it, I was like, no, this can't be. I don't know if this will work. Like I'm just like researching, and I came across this, and I'm like, okay, because sometimes the 20 of this number might have came in sideways, right? I mean, it came in like differently, but somehow this just came up as how it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear this page again, and let's go back into the chart here. So if you would look off of this, if there was any type of combinations here, the 281 would never been any type of pairs. See, there's no pairs that's exact with these numbers. So when you're playing straight in any pick 3, a lot of times if you hit the right root sum of the number, it may come in straight, but it's always going to be off somewhere. So if you look at this chart, The 209 is here, right? These are the 209 numbers here. Okay, so let's just quickly highlight it. So 209 is right there. Now around the 209, the 8 is right in the middle. The 1 is on the right side. All right, so if you line that up, it's 281. So somehow it's always going to be connected to the 209, but since I'm playing it differently, we found the number on the 128 right wrapped around that 0. Okay, so but that's pretty cool about this is the 888 chart because you don't need to go look at the entire chart trying to narrow down where the number is at. So let's go ahead and try another number. So let's go to, I don't know, let's just randomly choose again. So let's try 105 to a double. Okay, so 105, this is June 2025. So 105 to 393. Okay, so let's do that. So 105650. Let's try this again. Is it 6? It is 605. Okay, so the 1 is there. 50. So that's the mirror number. All right, so let's put that 105 into the story box here. 105. Boom. 105 again. They're all root sum is 6 pairs. Then the roots, the 6 combinations because it's a single number. And this one says here the best number to see off of the rundown is the 308. Okay, so that would have been the best rundown to use. But since we're not going to use that rundown, we're using the 888 rundown. Let's go back in here again. So the 105 is now appeared on this side. So let's go ahead and run that. And now we are looking at the date is the 13th, I believe. Yep, the 13th. So now the 3 is here. It's already in this column. So we'll go ahead and bring the 3 down to where the 9 is at. So it's 1, 2, 3. So this 549 is going to go in that box. 549094. Go this way, 094. I'm going to go ahead and run it again. So now the 3 is here. Okay, so now we got to look for so the number that came up here is 105. So it's 105 is right here. Do you see another 1 and a 0 attached? So 10 is on this side. So the number is here. And let's take a look and see if this one worked well or not like the other one. So this one is I mean if you would have mirrored the number, you probably would have had it, right? So see right here, the 8 and the 8 and the 9, right? So mirror numbers here, mirror numbers is here, but the 3's are way off. So the 3's are way off. So that's a 393. But this is a mirror number here still attached to the 3. Or if you were to flip this number into a 3, it would have been a 393. But this one didn't work very well because the number of 105 is still highlighting the numbers of how the numbers are coming in straight. You see how it's just going across. So the 393. And then the foundation of the number is 5. So if you look at the 5, so 5 is here, the other 5 is down here. But there's no 5 down the middle. You see? So this 5 is not a good anchor for it because now it's way off. But if you were to use the anchor here as a 5, and then from here is 3, 8, 9. See, so this one didn't really work well. So you just remember your mirror numbers. Okay. So I'm trying to find out like what days when the the, the double switch. So every time I come across something like this, I'm thinking like when it comes out straight, something like this, I think it's always going to be a double somehow. Like if I would have played this, and if I would have played this, I would probably have played the numbers itself would have been the 898 double. That's probably what I would have played. but then it would have been still off because it's a 393, not an 898. Okay, so let's try another one. So this one didn't work very well, but it still kind of had the idea of where the numbers were at. So let's just continue the same day. So let's go to 393 as a main. Let's use that as a foundation. Okay, so let's go ahead and put 393. Now this number is a double. Okay, it gives us all the combinations, and it only has three combinations, three ways that the number will play. Okay, so let's put that in. So the number we're going to be playing today on this one would be, let's go and highlight this here, 393, 848, 848. Okay, so now 39, oh bro, 393 and 452. So let's take a look at this. So the date on this is going to be on the 14th. Okay, so here's the 14th. So we'll go ahead and find the 4. See, there's no 4 in this column. So now we got to go here. So we got to take this 404 and put it in here. Okay, so that's going to be, so the number that's going to go into this top box is going to be 060515. Same here, 515. I'm going to run that. There it is. So here's the 404. So 404 is here. Now we're looking for the 40 somewhere else as well. So here's a 40. So let's just highlight that. And the other 40 is here. Okay. So now we're looking at that and see if there's an attachment somewhere, if there's the 5 is connected somewhere. Okay. So the 5 on this one. So the 40 is down here as well. Okay. So 40. And then those are the only ones I'm seeing here as a 40. Then the 40 goes back up this way as well. See? So 40. Okay. Now the 0 is here as a foundation where the number is supposed to be at. And here it is. So 452 came this way. See, it's still attached to the main number of the date, and it's also attached to the middle number of where the anchor from this number here into this here. Okay, so it's still played against the 4 zeros because the 40 down here is the 25, and then the 4 is attached to the 0, which the 4 is the 14 this way. Make sense? So 14 is where the number came up as the date. So, but the 4 is what is showing there. Okay, so 40. That's the way that this number has played, is the 40. But then again, the other information I can share with you too. So let's go back to this 4. Let's clear this off. So the number here is 4. The main number that played that we're supposed to be looking at too is the 393. So 393 is here. And since 393 is all going to be in this box, the 93 shows it here. It's going diagonal this way. Okay. So it's going diagonal. Boom. And 93 is here as well. See, it blocks it off, all the numbers here. Then 93 is up here, 393. So all the 93s, and the number came from here. It's letting us know that the number is coming in diagonal. And then the 40 is off of this is what's pretty much blocking everything else off for us. 425, 452. So it's all going to be connected back to a way. So you just got to understand how the number travels, how it moves back and forth. Okay, so But one of the things I really understand too on these charts is just really like if you want to really pinpoint down which area that number is going to play, don't add the month. Okay, well, most people says, "Oh, due date something." Then you add the month, right? So let's say if this one was June 14th, right? So if somebody was adding this, it's going to be a 20, right? June is 6 plus the 14 is 20. And then they tell you to keep the second number as 0, right? So that's going to be a 0. It could have worked on this because 20 is right here. It's still attached to everything else. So it's not too bad of a number. I mean, because the 0 is here, so the 20 is here still. So it might have worked on that. But I mean, I don't do it that way. I don't add the month at all. I don't know, but everybody has their games. I mean, if you do it that way, I mean that's cool. I mean, it's just, I mean, that's how some people play, but not for me. I like to use the just the date itself. All right, so let's just do one more. All right, let's try something in. Let's try something in October. Let's do September. So let's choose. What's a good number you think is good? Let's try 871. 871 to 354. Put 871. Run. So 871, sum is 16, root is 7, then the pairs, 6 ways it comes out, then the root sum, same thing. Then the same thing on this side is the story. We'll just all the story just formats it into this box here for us. Okay, so now we're looking at 871. So 871, 326. 326. Boom. So the date that it came up on is the 8th. So 8. So let's look at this and see if there's an 8 in this box. The 8 is only 8 is over here. This 548. So we need to put 548 in this box. So the number that we got to put in that box would be 104 659 659. Okay, so we'll go ahead and run that. There it is. That's going to be the 8th. See how the 8th is all attached to this. 08, 08, 08. So now the number that came up is 871. So the next day's number is 354. So let's go ahead and examine this. So 87 came from this side, right? 87. Let's put 87, highlight that, because that's the number the winning number. 87. Is there another 87 somewhere? The 87 is right here. And any more 87s? So all the 87s are down here, but we're not going to go that far. In case if we do, then we can highlight that. So those are the two 87s I'm seeing here, because that's the number. Now we got to go down to the 1. And since the 1, there's no 1 in this category, we can probably use this one here. So let's put this 1 as blue. Okay, so let's make that as a foundation. Okay, so now let's look at that and see where the number comes up as. So the number came up as 354. See, right under the 1 and attached to the 8 is the hit of the number 354. So the number travels based on the digit of the winning number. So the 1 is here. So the 1 came here. The 87 is coming down this way, which it blocks it off here and then here. So that made it as a number to play. 354. And then even this, look, the foundation of that blue, the red, the foundation of the 1, guess what? The number came out straight. And it's exact number straight. See, the winning number 354. Exact hit across. So it's pretty wow of how this whole thing works itself. So next time if you're playing, try the number itself and kind of digest that number instead of just trying to play like certain numbers. Because sometimes these are like puzzles. That I don't know if you guys play any type of Rubik's Cube. When you play a Rubik's Cube, there's a way that when you turn the Rubik's Cube, you might turn three right and then you spin the top, you go back down. So you move numbers and places into pieces, right? So this is literally the same way. Look at it as a combination of which way it's going. But the one somehow is the anchor for these. Okay, so the anchoring for the what the winning number is. So, but it's pretty interesting. I mean, the triple eights. I mean, it's a very small chart, so it's not going to be a lot of. I mean, it's still all the numbers are there, but it's organized to where it could play. Right. So let's do one more. I want to check something because I want to double. I want to see how the doubles come up. So let's do the 354 into 757 and see if it makes sense on that. So let's do 354. Let's go ahead and run that. I'm not gonna mess with that because we already know what it does. It just gives us all the charts here, right? So now we're gonna switch this out. So let's go ahead and clear this box again. Make it back into white, white, and let's re-highlight this box here. Okay, so 354, and then it goes to 757. Okay, so let's do this. So 354,809 and run. Now the data on this is going to go to the ninth. So we need to put the 9 here. So there's no 9 in this category. All the 9s are over here. So we're going to take this 9 and put 809 in this column. All right, so let's do 465. 465, 910. 465, 9. Oh, I'm sorry. 910 is the number. Okay. Okay, there it is. The ninth. See again, 09. Okay, 09. So we're looking to see if this will somehow make it into a straight double. Because I don't know if this is that, like if it goes straight, I wonder if it plays doubles. Because the last time that we checked when we were playing the last number, so if you go back to the other video, maybe rewind and check it. If the number was going like this straight across, it means that it's double. I don't know. Okay, so the number that played out is at 35, 35 or 354. So we're gonna look at all the numbers here. 35, 35, 35, and then because that's the main number that has come up. So we're just all highlighting just the 35s. So those are all the highlighted 35s. And then, okay, so the ninth is here. So around the 35 should be the number. But the anchoring again is going to be the 4. So we'll go ahead and just highlight the 4 as blue. So we'll go ahead and do that. Blue, blue. So those are the two 4s I'm seeing here. And then the other 4 is up here. So these are all the anchoring numbers. So let's go push this downwards. So let's just highlight what we did right now on the bottom side because you can't see over the top. So we'll go ahead and do that. This is yellow, yellow, yellow. So the exact chart up here. And then this is the 9, which is the date today. Oh, what did I just do? There it is. So this is chart up here is exactly here. So the next day's number that came up is 757. You can't say anything here. Look at this. See the 09 came from this side as the main hit number, right? Remember I told you that there's a way that these numbers travel. So let's make them green. See the 9 and the 577 all covered by the yellows. Boom. because the 9 here is the date, but somehow the 9 travel over here to the middle. The 9 is now the foundation here on this side, and it's attached to the 577. This number here is over here. 353535 is all because the exact number that hit here is 354. So 354. So we're using the first two numbers and those box them out. At times it may be attached to it, but it's attached to the 4 as where the numbers will reside. And it literally covered here and here to box it out. All right, so that gives us an insight on the 888 chart for to at least narrow some numbers down. But we're not playing checkers. Okay, you're playing chess. So when you look at these numbers, just don't overthink it too much, but just know where all the numbers are matching, because we're just highlighting the numbers where it's all matching. The zeros, the nines, these are the core foundations. Then the 50, the 53 is what the main numbers have came up as. So you just block those out. And then the fours is the last digit of the winning number. And that's where it's going to be set as. Okay. So 354. 354 is the main number. So then the next day's number is 577. And guess what? 577 is here. 577 goes this way. 577 is all here. It's all crumble into one. Okay. All right. Well, if you guys have any questions or anything, just reach out. But that's just a quick video on the 888, the 888 numbers here. So if you like this video, go ahead and like the video. If you're brand new to this channel, just go ahead and subscribe if you want. But we always try to pick 3 games. I mean, we don't guarantee any wins, but if you do, congratulations. And if you'd like to get one of these charts from me, let me know. I mean, I can always create one for you, but I do charge a fee for it. And if you want one that's customized, it just depends how customized you want, how good of a customization you want. Because I can build charts like I hit the charts here because this is my practice tool. You know, you guys have the simple ones that are already built. This one is what I use for mine because I have a lot of rundowns under this button here. I have all the 1, 2, 3s, the 3, 5, 7, the 7, 7, 7, the 9, 9, 9, 3, 1, 7 charts. And then under this, these are all my roots. These are all my roots chart, the secret charts. These charts that I have here is off of these secret root numbers here. And then the other rundown that I have here, this is the 317 rundown chart. And 317. So there's other videos I have that I've used in these based off of the 317 to narrow down where you're playing. Because it's all based on the last digit of the number for the date, or because the way I see it is that the last digit of each row in the rundown is the date from 0 to 9, right? Or no, actually it's going to be 1 through 9, and then from here this will be the teens, the tens, right? So it's going to be like the 11, 12, 13 all the way to 19, and then if this combined together runs from 20 to 30, 31st. Okay, that's how the dates are played. So if you know, and if you have one of my charts and try it looking at it that way, it makes things a lot simpler. Okay. All right then. Well, you guys have a wonderful day. Have yourself a good afternoon, good night, good morning, and hopefully you guys would get some numbers hit and make some money. Have a good day. Bye bye.